What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And before we get into today's video, I just want to say if you're a fan of those legends of the game, I would definitely recommend subscribing to the channel. Also, guys, if this is content that you enjoy, I would greatly appreciate it if you'd posterize that like button. And in the comments section below, guys, let me know a legend you'd like to see me do a build on, past, present, even if they're not necessarily, if they were never necessarily a superstar, I'd be more than happy to do that build for you. But with that being said, let's get right into today's video. So guys, this is another request build that we got, and I actually believe this one came from Jordan Fleming as well. He's given me a lot of requests, and I really do appreciate that. These requests really do keep me busy, and I appreciate getting them because I want to do the builds that you guys want to see, and I'm working on so many. I'm still working on several for a specific person that requested Greek players, and I'm working on several of those as well. It's just where I haven't necessarily watched all those guys. I want to make sure that I'm doing an as accurate of a build as I can possibly do. But with J.R. Smith, guys, if you've never watched him play, which I would be shocked, but the thing is, a lot of people forget how good this guy really was, especially when he was in New York. He hit some big shots. He hit big shots, pretty much. You know, even in Cleveland, he hit some big shots, right? Some threes and things, and some very difficult shots, I should say, more so than you know, uh, big shots. He definitely hit some difficult shots, right? You know, bailing, bailing his team out when the shot clock was running down. Doing corner threes and things. Kind of falling out of bounds and things like that. So he was able to knock down some very difficult shots, and he was a really good dunker too, and he had pretty decent handles. So with a build like this, of course you're going to have to pick and choose, right? Do you want dunking and handling, or do you want dunking and shooting, or shooting and handling? And well, I looked through all the builds, and the one that I found that worked the best, that kind of gave you everything and played really really well with everything. And I'll go ahead and show you guys this one. I really like this one. Now, of course, the other builds that I tried to do, of course, I did the Hall of Fame shooting and finishing. You may like that one better. I did the Hall of Fame finishing and dribbling, or ball or playmaking, I should say. Um, I did the mostly shooting with a little bit less finishing, and I just tried all of these different ones that I thought may work. I also did this one that's a little bit more playmaking, and the one that I liked, guys, and the one that I really liked how it played was this one right here. And in all honesty, guys, out of the newer pie charts, I really like this pie chart a lot. This one is pretty nice too. I do like it, but I do find myself using this one quite a bit. Now, for your physicals, guys, it really depends on you. But me personally, I just always go with speed, simply because anytime you do anything with shooting, it just kind of kills your speed. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and max out the top four. So close shot, driving layup, driving dunk, and standing dunk. That'll get you 17 shooting badges. And then I'm going to go ahead and max out the mid-range, the three-point shot, the free throw. And I'm going to take this up, I think, to 64. Yeah, 64 to get that 17th shooting badge. And I'm going to go ahead and max out the pass accuracy and the ball handling. I'm going to max out the perimeter defense, lateral quickness. For steal, I'm only going to take it up to 60. And then I'm going to go ahead and leave the rest for our rebounding. So if you look at this, guys, we'll go ahead and do this. Body shape, it doesn't really matter. Of course, we're 6'6", 225. Oh, and another odd thing about this, guys, and a thing that I was kind of shocked to notice, is J.R. Smith isn't in the game. Like, if you look at those Knicks teams that he should have been on, like I think there's a 2011, 2012 or something like that, a Knicks team. And then, of course, it's the 15 and 16 Cavs that is on here. He's not on either of those teams. So, yeah, I mean, he's just not in the game. Now, for the Wingspan guys, what I would recommend, you can leave it the way that it is. I would take it up just one tick. And that way you just get those pluses. Because if you look, you're only getting pluses with that. You're not getting any negatives. So that's going to improve your close shot, your driving dunk, and your standing dunk. So I would definitely recommend doing that. Just because you don't get any negatives with doing that. Now, if you take it up two, you do get those negatives, or if you take it up more, of course you get them. But I feel like this right here is really good because that's going to get you above that 85 for the driving dunk once you get this build maxed out. And you'll have a standing dunk also of 83. So you're going to be able to finish around the basket really, really well. And you'll also have a 91 driving layup. But if you look at your shooting, you're still going to be really, really deadly, right? You're going to have an 82 mid-range with a 83-point shot. So you're going to be able to knock that down really, really well. You're going to have a decent pass accuracy at 81 and a really good ball handle at 80. And then, of course, on your defense, guys, which is really not something you're going to be focusing on with this build, but you're not going to be a liability because you're going to have a 79 perimeter defense, with a 77 lateral quickness. So you don't have to worry about being a liability, right? So that's always good. I always, like to at least have some sort of defense on my build. But with your takeover guys, I mean, it really depends on you, right? I mean, you could do a spot up shooter with this build. You could do shot creator. You could even do playmaker because he did have some nice little dribbling moves on occasion. But I like slasher, right? I really do. I really like slasher. And of course, you have built a slasher, which it's kind of a deceiving title because, with this build, you're going to be able to knock down the mid range and the 3-point shot really, really, really well. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to max this all the way out. Now for the finishing badges, guys, of course, we're going to go fearless finisher. That's always a must. I feel like you could do limitless takeoff as well. That's always a good one. Acrobat and slithery, we'll put those on bronze. If you wanted to put one of them on Hall of Fame, you certainly could. Of course, we do want posterizer with this build. And you could do Giant Slayer if you wanted to. That's always a good one. I do like Unstrippable too, simply because the thing is, guys, I mean, I don't like when I'm driving to the basket and someone just kind of pokes it away. So you could go this route if you wanted to. I feel like these badges will work really, really well together. And you've just got so many options. Now, if you wanted to, maybe take this away and this away and then get that, that's fine too. With badges, guys, it's you choose what works for you and your play style, right? Now for the shooting guys, we're going to go, of course, we want to go Hot Zone Hunter, Limitless Spot Up, I feel like is a good one. Circus 3, simply because, like I said, I mean, he did hit some really difficult 3-point shots. Of course, we'll just go ahead and do difficult shots as well. You could do Chef with this also, but I feel like with this one, guys, I feel like a really, really good one. And I do apologize if you hear my dog in the background barking. If she sees something out the door, I'm guessing probably a bigger dog that will easily kill her. But she's kind of a rebel and she sees no fear in that stuff. So, but catch and shoot is a good one. Of course, you want corner specialist, right? And then for the last one, guys, I mean, you could just do sniper. I feel like sniper is a really, really good shooting badge. Some people like it, some people don't. I like it though. And catch and shoot, anytime that you're going to be doing an off-ball build where you're going to be shooting, I feel like that's a really, really good one. Of course, we want to do unpluckable, right? I feel like Space Creator is always one that you want to do quick first step. And then we'll do tight handles, and then we'll just do bailout just in case, we get a bad animation. And then for this last one, guys, I mean, you could do clamps, or you could do pickpocket, interceptor, intimidator. You could do pick dodger if you wanted to. It just really depends on you and how you want to do this. I always like having clamps though, especially when you're doing a perimeter build. I feel like it's much needed. But yeah, guys, with that being said, I feel like this is a really good J.R. Smith build. It's fun to play with too. I know it's similar to some of the builds that I'd made previously. But with these guard builds, guys, I mean, a lot of the times, unless you're doing like just and I always try to avoid doing a play shot, right? Because they're so overdone. So I try to, look for ways that we could possibly do builds a little bit different. I really feel like this is a good one. I feel like that, this has everything that you would want in a J.R. Smith build. And like I said, guys, I mean, he's not even in the game. So this is your one chance to create J.R. Smith. If you like J.R. Smith, I mean, he was, like I said, he was a really good player. I don't know that I wouldn't say that he was ever a star, but he was always a really, really solid player and hit some very difficult shots in his day and was able to finish really, really well. But yeah, if you haven't seen J.R. Smith's play, which, I mean, if you've watched the NBA over the past decade, I just don't really know how you wouldn't have. But definitely check out some of his highlights, guys. He was a really, really good player. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, I'd greatly appreciate it if you'd posterize that like button. And if this is content that you enjoy, guys, I would recommend subscribing to the channel. I love doing those legend builds. And let me know in the comment section below, guys, a legend build that you would like to see me do, past, present. It doesn't even matter if they're a superstar or not. If you guys request it, I'm going to be more than happy to do that build for you. That's the least I can do for you, taking the time to comment on my videos and watch them. But with that being said, guys, have a wonderful day, night, evening, wherever you are. Have a good one.